In middle and old age, we're often reminded to take care of our heart, protect our brain, or maintain bone density. But what about our legs? The silent part of the body that carries us through millions of steps in a lifetime. Unfortunately, they're often forgotten until signs of muscle weakness, aches, or balance issues appear. For older adults, strong legs are not just a matter of comfort. They are the key to maintaining independence, stability, and a high quality of life. Yet foot and leg issues are more common than we think. Age-related muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, makes every step feel heavier. Joint stiffness, cartilage wear, and chronic inflammation gradually reduce mobility and increase the risk of falling. Poor circulation and nerve disorders lead to numbness, slow healing wounds, and even severe complications in people with diabetes. However, not all hope is lost. Nutrition, if properly understood and applied, can become a powerful and natural method to restore and protect leg health. In addition to familiar vitamins like calcium and vitamin D, there are lesser-known but highly effective nutrients that help preserve leg strength and flexibility over time. So, which nutrients truly play a foundational role in maintaining strong legs? Among the earliest signs of aging, one of the first changes we may notice starts in our legs. Climbing stairs suddenly becomes harder, walking for a long time leads to fatigue, or even standing up from a chair takes more effort than before. These subtle but alarming changes are the first whispers of muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, which affects nearly 1/3 of people over 60. But the big question is this decline inevitable? The answer is no. And the key lies in a nutrient that seems familiar but is often underestimated: protein. Many people think protein is only for athletes or bodybuilders. But for older adults, protein is crucial for maintaining mobility, especially in the legs. The human body, particularly muscle tissue, is made of protein. As we age, the body no longer responds as strongly to protein intake, a phenomenon called anabolic resistance. This means that even with the same amount of protein intake as before, the ability to build and maintain muscle decreases significantly. That's when protein becomes the true gold material. Adequate protein intake helps maintain lean muscle mass, which is essential for strength, balance, and leg mobility. Among the amino acids that make up protein, leucine plays a prominent role. Leucine acts like a biological switch, activating the mTOR pathway, the body's most powerful muscle synthesis mechanism. Without leucine, no matter how much protein you eat, your body won't get the proper signal to build new muscle. Foods rich in leucine include milk, eggs, and lean meats, easy to find and suitable sources for the elderly. What happens if seniors don't get enough protein? The consequences may not appear immediately, but over time, they become clear. Weakening leg muscles, poor balance, increased falls, slower recovery from injury, and a significantly reduced quality of life. Even with adequate calorie intake, lack of protein still leads to muscle loss, replaced by fatigue and frailty. Fortunately, this issue is entirely reversible. Current research shows that older adults should consume more protein than previous recommendations, about 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. And it's especially important to distribute this intake evenly across 3 meals, rather than loading it all at dinner as is common. This helps the body overcome anabolic resistance and maintain effective muscle building throughout the day. The protein source also matters. Foods rich in leucine, like whey protein, fish, eggs, and Greek yogurt provide optimal results. For those who have difficulty chewing or eat less, supplements such as protein powder or nutritional formulas can be a convenient and effective solution. Even vegetarians can build a protein-rich diet with tofu, lentils, and quinoa, as long as the essential amino acids are properly combined. And once the muscular foundation is reinforced, other nutrients will have the chance to work more effectively. When we think of fat, most of us think of something to avoid associating it with heart disease, weight gain, or cholesterol. But there is a type of fat with incredible restorative and protective power, especially for aging legs. That's omega-3, a group of essential fatty acids that help reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and protect nerves, all crucial for healthy, flexible legs. Pain, joint stiffness, and swelling are common symptoms in older adults, especially in the legs. In many cases, the root cause is low-grade chronic inflammation that often goes unnoticed. From knee arthritis and aching calves to persistent ankle pain, omega-3 is not a quick fix, but a long-term ally that helps the body control inflammatory responses from within. The two most effective forms of omega-3 are EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, found abundantly in fatty fish and purified fish oil. They work by inhibiting the production of pro-inflammatory molecules and promoting the body's natural anti-inflammatory agents like resolvins, helping reduce swelling, pain, and stiffness. Regular omega-3 users often notice more flexible joints, lighter steps, and a significant reduction in leg heaviness. But omega-3 doesn't just extinguish inflammation. As we age, the circulatory system, especially the small blood vessels that supply the legs and feet, becomes less efficient. This results in cold feet, cramps, slow-healing wounds, or even foot ulcers in people with diabetes. Omega-3 can improve endothelial function, helping blood vessels dilate more effectively, boosting blood flow, and delivering oxygen and nutrients to the muscles and nerves in the legs. Additionally, a growing benefit under research is its role in protecting the peripheral nervous system, especially for those experiencing numbness, burning, or stabbing pain in the legs. These are common signs of peripheral neuropathy, particularly in those with diabetes or circulatory disorders. Omega-3 helps reduce oxidative stress, supports nerve cell regeneration, and can ease leg discomfort over time. Ideal omega-3 sources include cold water fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and herring. For those who don't eat fish often, supplements such as purified fish oil or algae oil for vegetarians are suitable alternatives. The recommended daily dosage typically ranges from 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of EPA plus DHA, depending on individual health goals and conditions. When inflammation is reduced, blood flows smoothly, and nerves are protected. Each step becomes more confident and effortless. And if you're looking to restore the deeper structure of joints and connective tissue, collagen will be your next companion. Hidden beneath every steady step is a strong but often overlooked structure, collagen. This isn't an unfamiliar name, but few realize that collagen is not just linked to skin or beauty. It's the internal framework that connects the entire musculoskeletal system, from tendons and ligaments to joint cartilage and connective tissue. For the legs, collagen is a foundational element for maintaining balance, flexibility, and recovery after movement. However, over time, the body begins to produce less collagen, and from age 30 onward, this decline happens silently and continuously. By age 60 to 70, the consequences become clear: aching knees when bending, ankles more prone to injury, and a noticeable loss of that springy, light sensation in movement. This is where collagen peptides, a hydrolyzed form of collagen, prove effective. Unlike regular collagen from food, collagen peptides are processed into short amino acid chains that are easily absorbed and transported in the blood. Once in the body, these peptides don't just break down, they also act as signals to trigger the body's own collagen regeneration. Numerous clinical studies have shown that taking collagen peptides daily helps reduce joint pain, improve flexibility, increase bone density, and support connective tissue repair after injury. For older adults, this means easier mobility, smoother transitions between sitting and standing, and a reduced risk of injuries like muscle strain or dislocations. But collagen's role goes beyond strength. It determines the smoothness of movement. When connective tissue has enough collagen, knees glide without crunching sounds, Achilles tendons flex smoothly, and the plantar fascia supports each step with stability. Without sufficient collagen, these movements become stiff, painful and prone to inflammation. To work effectively, collagen requires the presence of vitamin C, a crucial catalyst in the body's collagen synthesis process. Without vitamin C, even large amounts of collagen intake won't result in proper protein production. That's why many high-quality collagen products include vitamin C or recommend pairing them with vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers, oranges, tangerines, or kiwis. Consistency is also key. Most studies show that noticeable collagen benefits appear after 8 to 12 weeks of consistent use. It's not a quick fix, but a foundational recovery method, slow yet sustainable. In terms of origin, collagen peptides are usually extracted from bovine cow, marine fish, or porcine pig sources. Each type has its own advantages. Marine collagen tends to absorb better due to smaller molecular size, while bovine collagen has more clinical evidence supporting its benefits for joints and bones. In summary, if protein builds muscle, collagen keeps the skeletal framework functioning smoothly. Combining both ensures legs that are not only strong, but also flexible and resilient over time. And to truly ignite energy for every movement, especially during fast or strenuous activity, creatine will be the next essential nutrient to consider. When people hear creatine, they usually think of the gym, heavyweights, and bodybuilders. But in reality, creatine isn't just for the young or athletic. For older adults, especially those noticing their legs growing weaker, tiring quickly during walks, or feeling fatigued when standing for long, creatine is one of the most valuable nutrients for restoring leg muscle strength and energy. Creatine is a natural compound stored mainly in muscles, serving as a quick energy source to regenerate ATP, the energy currency of cells. Every time you stand up from a chair, climb stairs, or lift your foot to take a brisk step, your muscles need ATP almost instantly. Creatine is the backup generator that helps meet this demand. However, as we age, the body's natural creatine levels decline, slowing energy regeneration. The result: legs fatigue faster, walking pace drops, getting up and down becomes less stable, and confidence in movement wanes. The good news is that creatine has been widely proven by science to partially reverse age-related muscle decline. In many studies, when older adults supplement with creatine alongside light exercises like sit-to-stand, brisk walking, or resistance training, they experience significant improvements in lower body strength, walking speed, and balance. Even in less active or frail seniors, creatine helps preserve muscle mass and prevent functional decline. Beyond muscle, creatine also supports bone health. Stronger muscles apply more force to bones, stimulating bone density maintenance, a key factor in preventing osteoporosis and fractures from falls. This creates a perfect synergy between strength and durability, especially in the legs, which bear the body's heaviest load. One major advantage of creatine is its fast-acting effects. Users often notice improved strength, stamina, and energy levels after just a few weeks of consistent use. The changes may be small, lighter steps, less fatigue on stairs, but over time, they make a big difference in daily life. In terms of dosage, the most popular and well-researched form is creatine monohydrate. The safe and effective dose for older adults is typically 3-5 g per day, with no need for a loading phase or cycling on and off. You can mix creatine powder into water, smoothies, or take it with meals to boost absorption. Some people worry that creatine may affect kidney function, but long-term studies in healthy individuals, including seniors, show that creatine is safe when used at the right dose. Mild side effects like water retention may occur in the early days, but usually fade quickly. If you're looking for a nutrient that's easy to use and delivers noticeable improvement in leg strength in a short time, creatine is a top contender. Once strength and energy are restored to your legs, the next step is to protect your joint cartilage from wear and degeneration. And that's where glucosamine comes in. As we age, one of the most noticeable changes happens in our joints, especially the knees, ankles, and feet. Standing for long periods causes dull aches. Climbing stairs brings a crunching sound from the knees. Or even walking a short distance leads to stiffness and discomfort. These symptoms are often linked to cartilage degeneration, a slow and silent process that gradually affects quality of life. While not a miracle nutrient, glucosamine serves as a foundational brick that helps the body repair and maintain that precious joint cartilage. Glucosamine is a natural structural component found in joint fluid and cartilage tissue. When we're young, the body produces enough glucosamine to keep cartilage healthy and joint fluid supple. But with age, this production declines, thinning the cartilage and reducing its cushioning ability, which leads to friction and pain during movement. Supplemental glucosamine provides raw material for the body to repair damaged cartilage and stimulate the production of joint fluid, allowing for smoother, less painful joint movement. In many long-term studies, especially with the sulfate form of glucosamine, users reported significant reductions in joint pain and stiffness, along with improved mobility, particularly in the knees. Some studies even suggest that glucosamine may slow the progression of cartilage loss, something regular painkillers cannot do. While most research focuses on knee joints, which bear the most weight, smaller joints like the ankles and feet also suffer similar wear over time. Regular glucosamine supplementation can help keep these joints flexible, reduce friction, and minimize pain during movement. This is especially beneficial for older adults who spend a lot of time standing, walking, or doing outdoor activities. Another strong point of glucosamine is its long-term safety and stability. Unlike painkillers or anti-inflammatory drugs, which can cause side effects in the stomach, liver, or kidneys if used long-term, glucosamine supports rebuilding from the root without harming internal organs. Although it doesn't offer instant results, after 4 to 8 weeks of consistent use, many people report clear improvements in movement. Less morning stiffness, smoother walking, fewer clicking sounds in the knees, and greater confidence when going up or down stairs. Glucosamine is also often paired with chondroitin, another nutrient that supports cartilage structure. When used together, this duo shows even greater effectiveness in relieving pain and improving joint function, especially in those already experiencing degeneration. Still, glucosamine alone remains valuable if used properly and in sufficient doses. The most commonly researched dosage is 1,500 milligrams of glucosamine sulfate daily, split into 2 or 3 doses with meals to enhance absorption. Consistency is key. Noticeable results usually appear after 1 to 2 months and continue improving over time if maintained regularly. One small but important note: many glucosamine products on the market are derived from the shells of shellfish like shrimp and crabs, which may cause allergies in some individuals. Fortunately, there are now plant-based or synthetic glucosamine products available, which are safer for vegetarians or those allergic to seafood. In short, glucosamine may not be a magical fix for joints, but it is a quiet and dependable companion that helps rebuild the cushion between bones, something that determines whether each step feels smooth or painful. And once that cushion is protected, we need one final guardian to keep inflammation and pain from returning. That's curcumin. In traditional Eastern medicine, turmeric has long been valued as a powerful healing herb for its anti-inflammatory and restorative effects. But it wasn't until modern science emerged that the key compound behind these benefits was identified: curcumin. This is not just a bright yellow-orange flavor compound. It's a natural anti-inflammatory warrior, especially helpful for older adults living with persistent leg pain, knee issues, or peripheral nerve discomfort. Curcumin works by inhibiting multiple inflammation-inducing enzymes and mediators, including COX-2, 5-LOX, TNF-alpha, and interleukins, all of which promote swelling, redness, pain, and tissue breakdown. Unlike NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, which often irritate the stomach or harm the liver, curcumin delivers similar relief from pain and joint stiffness, but is much gentler and safer for long-term use. even in older individuals. Some comparative studies even show that curcumin can relieve knee osteoarthritis pain as effectively as ibuprofen, with significantly fewer side effects. For seniors, curcumin is particularly useful for chronic inflammation conditions like tendinitis, arthritis, and plantar fasciitis, a condition that causes sharp heel pain when stepping out of bed. This condition is notoriously hard to treat with conventional medication, and curcumin is considered a supportive long-term option that helps reduce inflammation, ease pain, and naturally restore damaged tissue. Curcumin also acts as a powerful antioxidant, capable of neutralizing free radicals, the silent culprits that damage nerve cells and muscle tissue over time. In older adults, especially those with diabetes or peripheral vascular disorders, curcumin helps protect leg nerves from damage, reducing symptoms like numbness, burning, or stabbing pain, classic signs of peripheral neuropathy. One big hurdle that once limited curcumin's full potential was its poor absorption. In its raw form, only a tiny fraction reaches the bloodstream. But thanks to technological advances, many enhanced forms are now available, such as curcumin combined with piperine black pepper extract, phytosomal curcumin bound to phospholipids, or nanocurcumin ultra-small molecules. These technologies significantly boost absorption, allowing curcumin to work effectively without requiring very high doses. For anti-inflammatory and tissue protection purposes, the recommended dosage is 500 to 1,000 milligrams of standardized curcumin per day, split into 1 to 2 servings, and taken consistently for at least 4 to 6 weeks to see clear benefits. For individuals on blood thinners or diabetes medications, it's best to consult a doctor before use to avoid unwanted interactions. Curcumin is a prime example of how nature can help humans heal safely and sustainably. For older adults, it doesn't just soothe pain, it addresses the root of chronic inflammation, which slowly weakens the legs in ways we often fail to notice. Now that we've explored each nutrient, let's summarize the journey and understand why nutrition is the key to keeping your legs strong and steady through aging. Looking back on this journey, we can see that each nutrient plays a distinct role, yet together they complement each other perfectly in preserving leg health in older adults. Protein builds and maintains muscle mass, a crucial factor for stable steps and preventing falls. Omega-3 quietly extinguishes inflammatory fires, improves circulation, and protects peripheral nerves, all of which tend to decline with age. Collagen rebuilds the connective tissue framework and keeps joints flexible, while creatine activates muscular energy, making every movement stronger and more decisive. Equally important is glucosamine, which helps repair cartilage worn down over the years, creating that smooth feeling when bending your knees or taking a step. And finally, curcumin, the natural anti-inflammatory warrior, soothes chronic aches and protects muscle and nerve tissues from long-term damage. Each of these nutrients, when properly combined, forms a comprehensive protective shield for the legs, from the inside structure to the external sensation. However, it's also important to emphasize that there is no one-size-fits-all solution. Each person's body is different, and supplementation should be personalized according to individual conditions, underlying health issues, and guidance from medical professionals. But the key takeaway is this: you can be proactive. You don't need to wait until your legs are weak to take action. Health begins with simple daily choices, and nutrition is one of the easiest, safest, and most effective places to start. Take care of your legs starting today, so that every step in the years ahead remains light, steady, and full of freedom. Proper nutrition doesn't just help prevent problems. It can also reverse many signs of functional decline in the legs as we age. Each nutrient we've explored is a valuable tool, and when combined effectively, they can make a profound difference in daily life. If you found this video helpful, please click like to support the channel and help spread this valuable information to more people. Don't hesitate to leave a comment, share your thoughts, or ask questions. We're always ready to listen.